How's it going out there, YouTubers? Cyberneck Shark here with another new movie review for you. So let's get right into this review and see what's about. The other night I had the awesome pleasure of watching another awesome horror movie for 31 Days of Halloween, and that's the awesome 1998 film Urban Legend. Now, Urban Legend is an awesome horror film that, a lot of people and most people have seen. It's pretty well known and it was a pretty big hit for 1998. It's funny to think that this movie is going to be 20 years old next year. I can't believe that, 2 decades ago this came out. I was watching it and going, what year did this come out again? And I'm thinking early 2000s, and then when I saw that it was 1998, and I was like, holy crap, it's that old? I've only seen it a few times, and I'm like, wow, why haven't I watched this more in the last, 2 decades? But it's an awesome movie, and it's got an all-star awesome cast. So this awesome movie is directed by a gentleman named Jamie Blanks. Now, Jamie Blanks hasn't really directed too many films over his career. Since 2008, he's only done about 5 feature films, and most of them were actually done and directed over in Australia. We've had a few that have been directed over here that are very well known, and then there's one that was released over here with a different name but was released originally over in Australia. And that 2001 awesome film is Valentine, starring the awesome David Boreanaz, from Angel and from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Now, that was a really good horror flick, kind of slasher type of film, very similar to Urban Legend, and was directed by the awesome Jamie Blanks. I thought that actually was a lot better than Urban Legend itself, but at the same time, it was a whole different kind of story, kind of similar to a lot of those 80s slasher films, but it was just an all-around awesome film. Now, Jamie Blanks also directed another film with the awesome Mr. Jim Caviezel that originally was released over in Australia, and it was named The Lost Weekend. Now, The Lost Weekend, when it got released over here on DVD, was actually called Nature's Grave, actually. And I was really surprised that they changed the name for over here. I don't know why they didn't stick with Long Weekend. But at the same time, I was thinking to myself, I'm like, is that translation different over here than Australia? I'm thinking to myself, Long Weekend or something? But at the same time, it was kind of an interesting story itself. I haven't had a chance to watch the film, but I did read up on what it's about, and the whole premise of the story is kind of interesting. And I always enjoyed Jim Caviezel. I think he's a really good actor. Everything I've seen him in, I thought he was always really good. But Jamie Blanks directed the crap out of this film. He made an amazing slasher film for the late 90s. And he just did a really good job. It was very similar to those classic horror slasher films. It had that great suspense. You don't really know who's the bad guy. And, it was nice to see a different type of person playing the bad guy in the film, too. And he did a really good job of that. Now, like I said, this awesome film has an awesome cast. And the great diverse cast in this film is pretty well-known characters that have been around for the last couple decades. And just a lot of the people in this were just really becoming kind of rising at the time in their acting abilities. And I thought that some of them were just kind of considered veterans for their time as well. Now, to start off this awesome film, we have the awesome Mr. Jared Leto. Now, Jared Leto, we all know from shows, that were on TV, and also for his music and etc. etc. But a couple of films that I really enjoyed of his that I feel, I don't know if they get enough recognition, but are at the same time you don't really hear people mentioning them for him. Like when they talk about it, what number one's Fight Club? Yeah, oh yeah, Suicide Squad now, you know what I mean? But the few that I feel that were really good that he was in, such as the biopic that he did where he gained a whole bunch of weight to play the character. And that is Chapter 27, about the assassination or the killing of John Lennon. And the character that he plays, of course, is the guy that killed John Lennon. And he put on a massive amount of weight to play that character, and he was so good at it. I mean, you really thought he was the killer of John Lennon, which unfortunately his name keeps escaping me. But at the same time, it was just an interesting movie, and Jared Leto was just amazing in it. He is really an amazing actor. And that brings me to the other film that I feel that he was really good in but didn't get enough credit for. And that's the awesome 2000 film, or 2001 film, or maybe even 2002, Panic Room. That movie was amazing, and he was so good as the villain in the film. And just the cornrows he had in the film, and just the whole character he put on was really fun and like devious. And I really enjoyed it. It was very different from any of the other films I had seen him at during the time, and definitely different from his days on the TV show that he was on. But Jared Leto was just awesome in this. He plays a great character. Plays kind of like almost a normal character a little bit, I would say, like a normal like guy just trying to be, try to date the girl and trying to be a kind of a, skeptic, etc., etc. And I just really enjoyed him in this. He was really good, and he brought a lot of great chemistry and a lot of great, acting ability to the film. We also have in the film another awesome actress, and that is Miss Rebecca Gayheart. Now, Rebecca Gayheart has been in, several movies over her, illustrious career. She's done a lot of modeling versus actually acting, and she actually was in a lot of, like, music videos as well. But at the same time, her few films that she's really known for, or the few films she's actually been in, have always been really good roles, and she's always done a great job. Now, she was in this movie that I feel that really you don't hear much about. That was definitely an interesting film. That was called Shadow Hours. That starred Peter Weller and Balthazar Getty in it. And she was really good in that film, playing the character's girlfriend. And she really, brought a lot of her acting talent to the role. And really made the film a whole and all. Because she really, I feel, if they didn't have her character, I don't feel the whole film would have been a complete whole. She really brought a lot of great acting to that, and really made the film. Another film that she was in that I don't think a lot of people remember, or you don't hear about it a lot, is a movie from 2001 called Harvard Man. Now, Harvard Man has Adriana Grenier in it, and also the awesome Sarah Michelle Gellar and Joey Laurer Adams. And Rebecca Gayheart's character in it is not a huge role, but at the same time, it still was a decent role that gave her some interesting acting, stats for her, acting bravada. And it was just a really interesting small role that was in the film, but at the same time, I don't think she gets enough credit, or a lot of people don't mention that film for her. But that was definitely an interesting film, too. It was kind of like a comedy slash kind of horror kind of film a little bit, too, at the same time, or thriller, I should say. And it was definitely interesting. Very interesting film. If you haven't seen that, definitely check it out. But Rebecca Gayheart plays an amazing character in this role. I don't want to give away if you haven't seen the film, but her character is a big pivotal character in the film, throughout the film. And she just played the part so amazing, and it was a really enjoyable to watch her in it. She brought a lot of chemistry, a lot of good acting chops to the character. She just made the character so believable. And also at the same time, she played really well out throughout the film. And the climax at the end of the film, she was really awesome in too. She really does have good acting chops, I feel. And I wish she would do more filming, or more films. Simply for the fact that I think she's that good of an actress. She's funny, I feel. She's funny when she wants to be, and she's also good at serious roles. So it was very much a pleasure to see her in this film, and making this film a whole. We also have in the film another awesome actor that I have enjoyed ever since I saw him on Smallville, and that's Mr. Michael Rosenbaum. Now, Michael Rosenbaum has been in a ton of films over the years, too, and is just amazing, versatile, comedic, and, awesome actor. He's amazing. I really enjoy him. I always enjoy him in films, even if his part is small. He always is awesome. He's like one of those great character actors, kind of like Stanley Tucci. And I always enjoyed him. And from seeing him when he was in Smallville as Lex Luthor, I absolutely thought he was just an amazing actor, and he should have more roles. And so it was so funny, him and after seeing him on Smallville and realizing, he's actually been in a whole bunch of other films. I didn't realize it. I'm like, oh wait, that's Michael Rosenbaum. I'm like, no way. I'm like, he's awesome. And I was like, this guy is amazing. And his role in this film was really fun and awesome. I really enjoyed it. Thought he was amazing. He just all around was just the best in this film. But a few films I feel that he's been really good in that are like one of my favorites of his. Are particularly like the 2007 film Kicking It Old School with Jamie Kennedy. That is like one of my all-time favorite roles of his besides playing Lex Luthor. He was absolutely super hilarious in that film. He played the douchebag bad guy kind of character in it so well, and he was so stinking funny in it, and I enjoyed him in it. Another film that he was in that I really enjoyed him in that I don't feel he gets enough recognition for the role, but that's the Pool Hall Junkies movie that had Christopher Walken and Chaz Palminteri in it. He was really awesome in that, and just everyone in that movie was awesome. That was just a really good like comedy kind of slash thriller kind of slash like gangster type of film. It was just really amazing, and I totally forgot about it until I was researching it again. And I forgot that he was in it, and I was like, holy crap, that's such a good movie. I need to get that for my collection. So that definitely will be, I gotta find that and get that in my collection soon. So I'll be definitely doing a review on that one soon, too. But yeah, he was just awesome, this film, and in that film, too, as well. And I just really liked his character in it. And he was fun. He was just fun and enjoyable, and he made the movie enjoyable. He's awesome. Michael Rosenbaum's awesome. We also have in the film another awesome actress, beautiful, gorgeous Miss Alicia Witt. Now, Alicia Witt is just gorgeous to begin with, but is an amazing actress too. She got her start back in 1984 in an awesome film called Dune that was directed by David Lynch and had a whole bunch of awesome actors and actresses in it too as well. But that is one of the ones that really got her start in the film industry, and I think one of the ones that best states what her acting ability was. She was really amazing in it, and I really enjoyed her in it. But another film that I totally forgot that she was in, and that I thought her role was really good in, was the awesome 88 Minutes with Al Pacino, which was a really awesome thriller film. Lily Sobieski's in that too, and she's really awesome in it as well. But Alicia Witt's character in that was really cool, very interesting, and totally, I feel, showed her kind of her acting chops as well. In Urban Legend, she was awesome. She plays the main, girl that's the main survivor, basically. And her character in it was just so well conceived. It was just a really good interpretation of, like, the main heroine being in trouble and trying to figure out things and try to stay, normal as she can, and try to, find out who the killer is and stop it, these urban legends from coming to, happening, and trying to get people to believe her. She was really good in it, and I really enjoyed her in it. She just was a great addition, or a great, person to add for that film. She was a perfect cast, I feel, for that role too as well. So she did a really good job. Really enjoyed her in it. So like I said, this movie had an awesome ensemble cast. I mean, there was other great performances in the films, such as Daniel Harris was in it, Robert Englund, Tara Reid was in it. I mean, it just had a whole bunch of, other actors and actresses that helped make the movie just a really good movie. Even the awesome Joshua Jackson was in the film too for a brief part, and just made the film all around an amazing film. I mean, this film is it's probably one of the best horror films around, for its time. It just was so well done. It's something definitely to add to your collection, or if you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. It should be on your list of, even your bucket list of movies to see, because it's just so stinking good. It really is a wonderful part of, the movie industry. This is a part of the movie industry, and just amazing film. Now, if you're not familiar with what Urban Legend is about, basically what the premise of the film is there's all these urban legends that are going around that people, are talking about and heard, and all of a sudden this killer decides to start reenacting them out and making them come true. And basically the main cast of characters got to figure out who it is, how to stop them, and trying to keep them from doing the next one. And that's pretty much what the premise of the film is. It's a really awesome film, like I said, just an amazing, contribution to the awesome movie industry. Probably one of the best slashers in the last 20 years, I feel. Just an amazing film, and it has such an awesome cast. Definitely, if you haven't seen it, check it out. Giant 10 golden movie boxes up on this guy. Definitely was glad I got to watch it again recently because I hadn't seen it so long. It was such a fun pleasure to watch again. Just an all-around awesome film. If you have not seen it, people, go ahead. Definitely check it out. It's worth a watch. So amazing, people. Great cast, just great directing, great special effects too for its time. I felt the special effects were very well done for this time frame, especially because CGI was just kind of coming into the works. They really didn't use much CGI in the film, but at the same time, the actual stunt work was really well choreographed and well done. Just a really awesome horror flick. Definitely check it out if you haven't seen it. So that's it for this movie review, guys. As always, thank you for watching. Thank you for liking. As always, thank you for subscribing. And if this is your first time here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss one of these awesome videos or any type of videos I make. And as always, check out and make sure you haven't check out up above. See if there's anything you might not have seen yet, and keep your eyes out for them. And as always, please check out that link down below about the awesome horror pack. Now, the horror pack is an awesome subscription service that you get that comes directly to your door every month of awesome horrorness. Now, it's either you can get 4 Blu-rays or 4 DVDs of awesome horrorness. And also, these packs come with sometimes a limited edition awesome horror movies that are only exclusively to the awesome horror pack. So, if you get the horror pack, you get these awesome limited editions that you can only get through horror pack. So what better deal would that be, and for such a great price as well? So if you haven't checked it out, click that link below. Check it out. See if you're interested. And if you're interested, let me know down in the comments so I can hook you up with a discount on your first month. So yeah, check it out, people. It's awesome. It's amazing. Definitely check it out. It's worth it. And also, how can you say no to a discount? Come on. It's awesome. And as always, catch you in the next one.